So today, it's unfortunately our final day in Sri Lanka. It's been an emotional trip, 3 months of exploring this incredible island, and we want to just have a little bit of a chat with you guys about our highlights of this experience.
At the very beginning of this video, we want to say thank you to all of the Sri Lankan people that we met along the way, that made our stay here in Sri Lanka super enjoyable. We made so many friends along the way, and for sure friendships for life. So we just want to say thank you, Bohoma Stuti and Nandri, for showing us your beautiful country.
Now guys, for our personal top 3 destinations that we've checked out while we've been here in Sri Lanka, for me, no particular order whatsoever, I'm gonna have to go Ella, Marissa and Jaffna. Those, for me personally, are my top 3 destinations that we've checked out so far. Ella, for the reason that it is a touristy destination, but it doesn't feel too touristy. It's super laid back. You can have an amazing coffee in any of the cafes and restaurants that are around the center of Ella. You can go and explore so many different things like the Rawana Falls, the Nine Arches Bridge, Little Adams Peak. There's so much to do around Ella. Jaffna, the whole reason that I love Jaffna is that there's practically no tourism in Jaffna at the moment anyways. I'm sure that there will be some in the years coming, but it is an area that is a little bit taboo, if you will, because of the unfortunate situation of the war that took place there. There is a lot of police checkpoints, there's a lot of sort of strange energy, I guess, but it's one of the most interesting and cool places that we've been to for sure, and the culture of the Tamil people in Jaffna is very fascinating. Marissa, which would be my 3rd one, again no particular order whatsoever, but I enjoy Marissa so much because you have the secret beach, you have Marissa Beach as well, and it is a typical touristy beach southern Sri Lanka destination, but out of all the places that we've been to in the south, I thoroughly enjoyed Marissa the most. The beaches were just out of this world, the water was crystal clear, people were very laid back and friendly, and it didn't give off an overly touristic vibe.
Now my top 3, also in no particular order, sorry, that was very difficult to get out. My top 3, also in no particular order, would have to be Anuradhapura, because I think that is the place where we learned the absolute most about Sri Lanka. That's also thanks to Nilukshan, obviously, but we went there. You can see the ancient city of Anuradhapura, you can visit Mehintale, you can visit the ancient Bodhi tree there as well, and I just thoroughly enjoyed our stay in Anuradhapura. Then I also have to say Jaffna, because of how untouristy and how untouched it is, and people are genuinely interested in having a conversation with you and getting to know you, and it's just so different from the rest of Sri Lanka in a very nice way. I just really love Jaffna. I think if we were to come back here, Jaffna would probably be one of the first places that we would visit. And my 3rd place would have to be Udawalawa. We went there to an elephant orphanage, which is called Elephant Transit Home, and we also did the Udawalawa Safari there, and we stayed at an absolutely amazing resort, which is called the Safari Green View Resort, I believe. And that was one of our favorite stays as well in all of Sri Lanka. It was just overall so pleasant and just perfect. So those would be probably my 3 favorite destinations in Sri Lanka.
Next up, I want to mention my personal favorite experience that we shared while we were traveling around Sri Lanka. For me personally, it has to be the day that we explored around Ella, the hillside, the countryside of Sri Lanka. The beauty of the nature around there is just out of this world. We went and explored around Little Adams Peak, we went to the Nine Arch Bridge, and then we tried to take a tuk-tuk. Now you can check this out. We filmed the entire experience in a video. It's called Unforgettable Day in Ella, and it really was an unforgettable day because we went to try and take a tuk-tuk, and unfortunately the tuk-tuk drivers tried to blatantly rip us off. It really is out of this world, and now they're actually following us. So we said no, we're gonna go for a walk. They said, oh, it's a few hours walk. We said perfect, and we decided to walk for 2.5, I think 2.5, 3 hours through the countryside of Ella to make our way back to the center of Ella. And it was the most unforgettable experience I think that I have ever had, walking through the winding roads, the dirt roads, smiling locals, people doing their thing, and being involved in such beautiful nature surrounding us while we were walking through there. It was just out of this world, and definitely my personal highlight of this Sri Lanka trip.
My personal favorite day was probably the day that we decided to climb Pidurangala at 4:45 in the morning, to be up on Pidurangala for sunrise basically. Initially, when our host said if you want to go up there you have to start the day at 4:45, I was like, there's no way that we are going to actually do this. Like, yeah, it's nice to talk about it, but probably we're going to sleep in anyway. And then we met this lovely Polish couple in Sigiriya, and they sort of convinced us to do it. And this was one of the most unforgettable experiences that I personally ever had, and I think Luke as well. You can really see the sunrise. You have a perfect view onto Lion's Rock in Sigiriya. You can see all of the fog sort of coming over the forest areas and going up the Pidurangala rock, and you have monkeys in the area and dogs, and it's such a special day. And I think that will be one memory that I will for sure cherish until one day I might go to the grave or something like that.
Just a quick addition to this video, guys. Right now we're currently in Negombo because it is our last day, and luckily we booked a place called Optimum Residencies. Now we just booked it through booking.com, and based off of good reviews we decided to go for this place. It's very, very close to the airport, which is super convenient. And to be honest, this, out of all the places that we have stayed in Sri Lanka, is probably one of the best, no joke. It's only coming in at roughly around $20 per night, which is an absolute bargain because you get 2 swimming pools, you get breakfast included, you get a large room with 2 double beds, you get an air conditioner, and you get a very beautiful large bathroom as well. And just have a look at this beautiful swimming pool. This is our balcony here, and it looks down onto this gorgeous swimming pool, and we're surrounded by beautiful palm trees as well.
You also have a fridge, a kettle, which is super important for us because we like to drink coffees and teas in the morning, and they offer an airport transfer as well. So they pick you up from the airport, they bring you to the airport, which is super, super convenient. And I think tomorrow we are going to use that service for sure when we're going to go to the airport.
Absolutely. Now, Sri Lanka has some of the most amazing food that we have had since we started traveling around 2 years ago. And for me personally, my absolute favorite dish that I've had since we came to Sri Lanka has to be kottu. And the simple reason for that is that there's so much variety of different types of kottus that you can experience. You can get chicken kottu, you can have egg kottu, you can have chicken and cheese kottu, you can have cheese kottu, you can have masala chicken and cheese kottu. You can mix it up so many different ways, and there's so many different flavor aspects and different sort of texture profile that come with kottu. It's really, really unique and special to Sri Lanka, and I highly, highly recommend you guys to have a kottu. If you are planning on coming to Sri Lanka, you have to try the kottu. Nothing better than a nice plate full of kottu and a nice cold Lion beer. Wow, #1 for me.
My personal favorite would have to be probably the deviled chicken, or anything deviled really. You can get that with seafood, you can get that with chicken and so on, and that's one really, really special meal that I overall enjoyed so many times. And of course we have to mention the short eats as well. Sort of for the past 3 months we have been living off of short eats pretty much every single day for lunch, and we really enjoy them, especially because there's so much variety of short eats that you can avail of. They're very, very budget friendly and super tasty.
Now guys, final question that we're going to be answering is, will we come back to Sri Lanka? Now, personally, for me, Sri Lanka is a very, very special place. It's probably the #1 place that we received in terms of support when it comes to what we're doing here on our YouTube channel. We can't really get over just how supportive the Sri Lankan people have been to us. For that reason alone, we feel a very deep attachment to this country. As Naomi has said, we've made many friends here in this incredible island. Some friends that we would even consider to be extremely close friends, almost family members at this point. And that says so much. The people are incredible, the food is incredible, the climate is incredible, the economy is terrible at the moment, but don't let that deter you. Definitely come and check this place out. And for me personally, absolutely 100%, I want to come back and explore more of this island. There's plenty of this island that we missed out on, like the east, Batticaloa, Arugam Bay, Nuwara Eliya in the center. So much more to see, like Trincomalee, etc. So definitely, I cannot wait to come back in the near future and explore more of Sri Lanka.
Now, do I personally want to come back to Sri Lanka? The answer would have to be a very clear yes. And the reason being, we have so many friends here in Sri Lanka by this time that we would like to visit in the future and just come back and sort of touch base with all of the lovely people that we met here in Sri Lanka. And then there are so many areas as well that we didn't check out, especially the northeast and the east. And so all of the area around Trincomalee, I think Luke already said that, and sort of a little bit of the middle of the island. There are a lot of places that we didn't see, so we definitely want to come back and see that. And as we were talking about in our live from the other day, there is this tuk-tuk tournament that I would like to take place in, where all of the money goes to charity for people in Sri Lanka. So I definitely want to check out that one as well. So the answer is yes, we will for sure come back. Maybe at the end of our Asia trip or something like that. We will have to see when, but this is for sure not the last time we have been in and around Sri Lanka.
So guys, with all of that being said, we once again just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We are still overwhelmed with how much support we've received, and we love absolutely every single one of you guys that has been watching us from the start of our Sri Lanka journey all the way up until now, and we can only hope that you're going to stay with us as we start an entire new travel series in India.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for India. A little bit nervous, but also excited. But that's always when we go to a new country. Obviously, there's a lot of things that you don't know about that country yet. So it's always a mixture of excitement and nervousness. And I as well want to say Bohoma Stuti, Nandri, thank you to all of you guys out there, everybody that we met along the way, everybody that messaged us online and so on. We received so much support, and this time leaving Sri Lanka, this time leaving a country is one of the most emotional times, I think, for us ever since we started traveling.
100% guys, and just a final message to the people of Sri Lanka, it's going to get better. Sri Lanka is on its way back to recovery. More people are going to come, and we have our fingers crossed for Sri Lanka and its future.
100%.
But for now guys, my name is Luke.
My name is Naomi.
We are the Two Mad Explorers.
And this is your reminder to keep exploring.
Bohoma Stuti for watching.
Nandri.
We'll see you guys in our first India video.
In our first Indian adventure.
Yeah, let's go. Bye-bye.
Bye.